Last lecture we had stopped with two questions of EBC. So let us continue from there. Start with question number 3. Third question. A company manufacturing two products L and M furnish the following data for the year. The annual output in units is given 5,000 and 7,000. Machine hours per unit is given 3 and 1. Direct labor hours per unit 1 and 2. Number of orders handled 15 and 60. Number of setups 10 and 40. Annual overhead costs are given 2,20,000 relating to machine activity. Then production run setups are given 20,000. Handling of orders 45,000 and total overhead cost is 2,85,000. Required, calculate the production overheads to be absorbed by 1 unit of each of the products L and M using the following methods. The first method is, you can see that very clearly they have given traditional costing approach using direct labor hour rate to absorb the overheads. And the second method is activity-based costing approach using suitable cost drivers to trace the overheads to the products. So let us first start with the traditional costing, where we are taking number of labor hours as the total basis of absorption of overheads. Starting with the traditional costing. Total overheads under both the methods will remain the same, 2,85,000. So I'll write total overheads given 2,85,000. Total direct labor hours. First product L, we require 1 unit of labor hour and there are 5,000 units produced. So 5,000 into 1 plus 7,000 units of M into 2 units of labor hours. So 5,000 plus 14,000, 19,000. So 19,000 hours. Overhead absorption rate. Is equal to 2,85,000 divided by 19,000 hours. So 15 hours, 15 rupees per hour. So the breakup now for product L, 5,000 units, hours, sorry, into 15 per hour, 75,000. For product M, It is 14,000 hours into 15 rupees. Two lakh 10,000. So that is how we get 2,85,000. This is as per the traditional costing method, which is calculated on the basis of number of direct labor hours. Now let us calculate as per ABC system. First we calculate cost hour rates. So calculate the different cost hour rates and everything. You have machine hour rate to be calculated, setup rate, and handling cost. Calculate all the rates, cost hour rates. Tell me the different figures. The three cost hours are machine activities. So machine hour rate you will require to calculate. Production run setups, so number of setups, setup rate you have to calculate. And handling of orders, you have to calculate the handling cost. So the first one is machine hour rate. Total machine hour cost is 2,20,000. Total number of machine hours, 3 into 5,000, that is 15,000. 3 into 5,000, that is 15,000. Plus 1 into 7,000, that is 7,000. So it will be 2,20,000 divided by 22,000. So it is 10 rupees per hour. Second one, setup rate. Total production run setups cost is 20,000. Number of setups 10 plus 40. So it is 20,000 by 50. 400 rupees per setup. Third one is handling cost. Total cost is 45,000 and cost hour is number of orders. So number of orders is 15 plus 60. 75,000. So 45,000 divided by 75. 600 rupees per order. Once we get the cost over rates, we'll calculate the overheads absorbed on the basis of ABC system. Done up till here? So first you're calculating machine hour rate because there are three activities. One is the machine activity, second is production run setups, and third is handling order cost. So for machine activity, we go for machine hour rate. For production run setups, number of setups, that is the cost driver. And the cost driver for cost relating to handling of orders will be number of orders. Okay. So now we'll prepare the calculation of breakup of cost for product L and product M. So right here, overheads absorbed. As follows. Product L, product M. Starting with machine cost. Machine hour rate is 10 rupees per hour. 15,000 hours. 15,000 hours from here I'm taking. 15,000 hours for L and 7,000 hours of M. So 15,000 into 10, 1,50,000. 15,000 into 10. And for M, it is 7,000 into 10. 70,000. 7,000 into 10. Setup costs. 400 rupees per setup. 10 setups are there for product L. So 10 into 400. And 40 into 400. That is 16,000. Last one, handling cost. Handling cost, the rate is 600 rupees per order. So 15 into 600. So that will be 9,000. 60 into 600. That is 36,000. So take the total of both now. One lakh 63,000. 122. Ensure that total of that is not exceeding 2,85,000 because total should come to 2,85,000. That is the total overhead cost. So 163 plus 122 should give you 2,85,000. Let us take question number 4. A company manufactures two products P and E using common facilities. The following cost data for a month are presented to you. Units produced are given to you as 1000 and 2000. Direct labor hours per unit is given 2 and 3. And machine hours per unit is given 6 and 1.5. Setup of machines 15 and 50. Orders 18 and 70. And all the expenses are given on the right hand side. Machine activity expenses, which will be on the basis of machine hours. Setup related expenses, which will be cost driver setup of machines. Expenses related to orders, the driver cost driver, there will be number of orders. Calculate the overheads per unit absorbed using activity based costing approach. So first you'll have to calculate the cost driver rates. So whenever ABC comes, it is cost driver rates to be calculated first. Starting with machine related expenses. Total is 3 lakhs. Machine hours 6 and 1.5. 6 into 1000, that is 6000, plus 1.5 into 2, that is 3000. So 3 lakhs divided by 9000. $33.33. Setup related 30,000 upon 15 plus 50. So 30,000 divided by 65. $461.54. Order related 35,000 divided by 18 plus 78, 88. So 35,000 divided by 88, 397.73.
Sir,
Yeah.
shouldn't we be writing units for the rates, like machine related hours per rupees per hour, something?
No, cost driver, see, your machine activity expense is 3 lakhs and
Yes, sir.
machine hours will be total.
Yes.
We are supposed to find out the rate, total cost driver rate.
Okay.
So cost driver rate will be 6 into 1000 and 1.5 into 2000. So total cost driver rate will be 6000 plus 3000. That is 9000. So rate per hour it will be. The cost driver rate is always calculated on the basis of driver. So it will be rate per hour. And after that, now when we are preparing the statement, we'll calculate the per unit cost.
Okay.
Okay. Yeah. So cost driver rates are always, the rates are always calculated on the basis of the cost driver. And now they have asked us to calculate per unit. So we'll calculate the total cost and divide it by number of units. We'll get the per unit cost.
Okay.
Machine expenses. $33.33 into 6,000. Round up the figures. 33.33 into 6,000. We'll get 1,99,980. I will round it up to 2 lakhs because 33.33 is also rounded up figure. So I will take this as 2 lakhs. Once again, I repeat 33.33. I am multiplying by 6,000 units of product P. So if I do that, I will get 1,99,980. Rounded up to the nearest figure, 2 lakhs. 2 lakhs divided by 1000, I'll get the per unit cost as 200. Same way, 33.33 into 3000 I take. I'll get 99,990. That I will take it as 1 lakh. 1 lakh divided by 2000 units. Per unit cost is 50 rupees. Setup expenses 461.54. 461.54 into 15. That comes to 6923. Divided by 1000, you'll get 6.92. $461.54 into 2000, 461.54 into 50, that is 23,077. Divided by 2000 units, 11.54. Ordering expenses 397.73 into 18 orders 7159 divided by 1000, it will be 7.16. $397.73 into 70. That is 27,841. Divided by 2000, it is 13.92. So take the total. 2,14,070, 84, 82. $75.46. Question number 5. Market is important. This type of question is important. Normally 8 marks question. Raymond Suits is a ready-to-wear suit manufacturer. It has 4 customers, 2 wholesale channel customers and 2 retail channel customers. Raymond Suits has developed the following activity-based costing system. So they have given you the activity, they have given you the cost driver also, and the rate is also given. That is the cost driver rate. The rate in 2018 means it is a cost driver rate. We can see that order processing, number of purchase orders is the cost driver. Rate per order is given 1,225. So we don't have to calculate the CDR here. CDR is already calculated and given. So the cost drivers are order processing, number of purchase orders, the number of customer visits, number of regular deliveries, number of urgent deliveries. List selling price per suit is 1,000 rupees. List selling price, underline that word. List selling price. So list selling price may not be the actual selling price. It is what the list shows as the selling price of the product, but normally we offer discounts on that. So the actual selling price may not be the same as the list selling price. That is given to us as 1,000 rupees, and the average cost per unit is 550. Average cost. The CEO of Raymond Suits wants to evaluate the profitability of each of the 4 customers in 2017 to explore the opportunities for increasing profitability of his company in 2018. Following data is available for 2017. Total number of orders. Now 2 wholesale customers are there and 2 retail customers. Wholesale customers are W and H, retail customers are R&D. So they have given total number of orders, total number of sale visits, regular deliveries, urgent deliveries, average number of suits per order, average selling price per unit. What is required? Calculate the customer level operating income in 2017. Second, What do you recommend to the CEO to do to increase the company's operating income in 2018? Third, assume the company's distribution channel costs are 17,50,000 for its wholesale customers and 10,50,000 for its retail customers. So this is other than what you are showing here. These are the overhead costs. So other than that, suppose you are having distribution cost for the wholesalers and the retailers. Also assume that the corporate sustaining costs are 12,50,000. This is a common cost for all customers. Prepare income statement of Raymond Suits for the year 2017. So two income statements we have to prepare. One is customer level operating income, and the second is income statement of Raymond Suits for the year 2017. Now this income statement that we are talking about is going to comprise of also taking into consideration this 17,50,000, this 10,50,000, and this 12,50,000. But these figures will not come in the customer level operating income. So that is operating income. This is non-operating expenses. So that will come separately. Okay. So first let us draw the customer level operating income statement. First statement will be customer level operating income statement. For customers, W, H, R, T. We first start with the list price. I'll write here revenue at list price. Revenue at list price. Now, let us go to the table. Average selling price per unit is given. How to calculate the list price? See here. List price we are given as 1,000 rupees. So it will be 400 into 44 into 1,000. Which 400? What 44? Let us see. How to calculate the list price? List price here is 1,000 rupees per unit, that is per suit. How many suits you are selling? You are selling 400 suits per order. How many orders are there? 44 orders. So like this we have to multiply 400 into 44 into 1,000. So that comes to 1 crore 76 lakhs. Second will be 200 into 62 into 1,000. Okay. So let us calculate like that and show the figures here. 400 into 44 into 1,000. That is 1 crore 76 lakhs. Second one, It is 200 into 62 into 1000. That is 1 crore 24 lakhs. Then 30 into 212 into 1000. That is 63 lakh 60,000. Please check the calculations. I may make mistake. 25 suits into 250 orders into 1000 rupees. 62 lakh 50,000. 62 lakh 50,000. Okay. So understood how to calculate the list price now. Number of orders into number of suits per order multiplied by the list price. Now I write here a minus discount. I do not know what is a discount. But there is some discount. And the discount is going to be different for each of the customer. Because for W I'm selling at 700, so 300 rupees per discount. For H I'm selling at 800. For R I'm selling at 850. For T I'm selling at 900. So discount I will take as balancing figure. I will not unnecessarily calculate. Okay, I'll take balancing figure. And I will take actual selling price. Same way now, actual selling price 700. This is actual selling price into 400 into 44. 1 crore 23 lakh 20,000. 1 crore 23 lakhs 20,000. Minus from that 1 crore 76 lakhs. So discount is 52 lakh 80. Balancing figure. Second one. 800 into 200 into 62. 99 lakh 20,000. Minus 1 crore 24 lakhs is 24 lakh 80,000. Then 30 into 850 into 212 is 54 lakh 6,000. Minus 63 lakh 60,000 is 9 lakh 54 discount. $900 into 25 into 250 is 56 lakh 25,000. Minus 62 lakh 50,000 is 6 lakh 25,000. So we have got the sales now. Actual selling price also we have got. Minus from the sales. Cost of goods sold. And cost of goods sold is given to us as 550 rupees. Cost per unit, 550 rupees. Okay. So 550 into number of units. So minus cost of goods sold at 550. So 550 into number of units is 400 into 44. That is 96 lakh 80,000. Then 550 into 200 into 62. 68 lakh 20,000. Likewise, you calculate now. 34 lakh 98,000. 550 into 25 into 250. 3 lakh, sorry. 550 into 25 into 250. 34 lakh 37,500. Selling price minus cost of goods sold, you'll get gross profit. So first one will be 26 lakh 40,000. Nine in it one 31 lakhs. 19 lakh 8,000. 21 lakh 87,500. Less from this. Customer level operating cost. Customer level operating cost. So now all those overheads will come. We'll go in the order of what they have given, what activities they have given. The first activity that they have given is order processing, which will be on the basis of number of orders. We'll go on the same basis. So order processing. Order processing on the basis of number of purchase orders. For W, it is 44 orders. So 44 into 1,225. It is 53,900. All these figures I'll put in bracket because they have to be subtracted. Second one is into 62, 75,950. Into 2 and 2, 2,59,700. $250 into 1,225, 3,06,250. That is order processing. Then sales visit costs. This was at 1,225. This is at 7,150 per visit. 7,150 per visit. And how many visits for W? It is 8 visits. So 57,200. Then 12 visits, 85,800. Then 22 visits, 1,57,300. Then 20 visits, 1,43,000. Then regular deliveries. That is at 1,500 per delivery. $1,500 into 41 is 61,500. Into 48, 72,000. Then 166, 2,49,000. Then 190, 2,85,000. Then delivery urgent delivery. At the rate of 4250. Into 3, that is 12,750. Into 14, that is 59,500. Then 46, 1,95,500. Then 60, 2,55,000. So minus all these figures now. From the gross profit minus all these figures. And what you get is customer level operating income. I'll take it on the next slide. Customer level operating income. So calculate and tell me. From the gross profit figure minus all the figures. What is the first figure?
$24,54,650.
Second one.
$28,06,750.
It's 28,06,750. Now,
Yes, sir.
Uh, 10,46,500.
10. 11,98,250.
Yes, sir.
okay. Now what you do is you calculate the percentage of this figure, that is customer level operating income, upon the actual selling price. So percentage of actual selling price. So 24,54,650 divided by actual selling price of 1,23,20,000 percentage comes to 19.92%. Check 19.92%. Second one, 28,06,750 divided by 99,20,000. (28.29%). Then 10,46,500 divided by 54,06,000 is 19.36%. (11,98,250 divided by 56,25,000, 21.30%. Now calculate percentage of discount on list price. Percentage of discount on list price. So what you have to do is 52,80,000 divided by 1,76 lakhs. Then 24,80,000 divided by 1,24 lakhs. (9,54,000 divided by 63,60,000. So the first part of the question was calculate the customer level operating income in 2017. We have done that. And we have also calculated the percentage of actual selling price, that is operating income to actual selling price, and also the percentage of discount offered to the various customers. Now let us see how that is going to affect my answer, because second part of the question is, what do you recommend to the CEO to do to increase the company's operating income in 2018? So what we are going to do with the statement. Now if you go to see the percentage of operating income to level of sales, actual sales, you find that customer H is giving you maximum operating income, followed by customer T, okay, 21%. And since they are giving you maximum operating income, they should be given some preference. No? They should be given shown some preference. But we are offering maximum discount to customer W, who accounts for only about 20%, 19.9% of the sales as revenue, as operating income. So if that 30% discount was given to maybe customer H, would have resulted in more sales. But we have not done that. Instead, we are giving maximum discount to customer W. On the other hand, customer T is accounting for more sales than customer W, right? 21.30%, and he is accounting for more profit also, sorry, more operating income as compared to customer W. But customer T is getting minimum discount. So why that partiality between customer W and customer T? Where customer T is accounting for more revenue, more operating income, is getting minimum discount, whereas customer W is accounting for a lower level of operating income but getting maximum discount. Okay, so let us write down recommendations. First point, it is recommended that the CEO should reduce the discount given to customer W. Okay, what else? If you look at operating level cost, customer level operating level cost, if you look at the 4 columns, you just happen to notice on a random basis, no, I'm not checking the actual figures, and on a random basis, if you go to see customer W and H, that is a wholesale customers, the operating costs are less. Customer level operating cost is less. They are not even 1 lakh in most of the cases. In fact, in all the cases, they're not even 1 lakhs. But those same the costs which are incurred for customer R and T are more than 1 lakhs in all the cases. For example, if you see the order processing cost for W wholesale customer, it is 53,900. For H, it is 75,950. But for T, it is 3,06,250. 3,06,250. That means it is nearly 4 times. 4 times the cost of H and literally 6 times the cost of W. Isn't it? So you find that these particular figures, that is a customer level operating cost of these 2 customers, are on the higher side. It is very high. So that should be reduced. If that is reduced to these levels, then what will happen? Your profit margin of R&D will further increase. Okay? So that is my second point. Point number 2, you write. There are high-level customer operating costs. In relation to customer R&D. This should be reduced. This should be reduced so that operating income increases. Operating income increases without affecting their turnover. without affecting their turnover. Now what you can do is, this is your operating income statement for 2017. Now we will prepare income statement also for 2017. This is not the total income statement. This is only showing operating income. So now let us take the income statement, the total income statement, taking into consideration all those additional distribution costs that they have given in the subpart 3. Okay. So let us take all those also and prepare a comprehensive income statement for the company for the year 2017. So write down. Income statement for 2017. Now here what I do is, I take wholesale, retail and total. Now wholesale will be made up of W plus H and retail will be made up of R plus P. Total you have to combine this. Ready? So let us take the figures now. We'll start with customer level operating income statement. We'll start with this figure. But take the total of this and this. Total 2454,650 plus 28,06,750. How much is that? 52 lakh?
61,400.
61,400. Okay. Retail, see how much it is? 10 lakh 46,500 plus 11 lakh 98,250.
22 lakh 44,750.
22 lakh 44,750. Okay. Now take the total of these two. 56, 52, 22, 74, 75, 75 lakh 6,150 now. 75 lakh 6,150 minus distribution channel costs. Distribution channel costs. 17 lakh 50,000 for wholesale. Then 10 lakh 50,000 for retail. 28 lakhs total. Find out the balance. 35 lakhs 11,400. 11 lakh 94,750. 47 lakh 6,001 minus corporate sustaining costs. Corporate sustaining costs, which is a general cost, neither for wholesaler nor for retailer. So it will come only in the total column as 12 lakh 50,000. Find out the net income. 34 lakh
56,150.
56,150. We'll take a small break of 10 minutes. It is 7:40 now. It started 7:50. 10 minutes break. Now, in this particular question, as I said, it is a typical activity-based costing problem, which means that we start with the first step, that is calculating the cost driver, finding out the cost driver quantity, and so on and so forth. Okay, cost driver quantity, cost driver rate, and then we apply that to the statement of cost. Okay, so X Limited is engaged in the production of 4 products A, B, C, D. Price charge for the 4 products are given to you: 180, 175, 130, and 180 respectively. Market research has indicated that if X Limited can reduce the selling price of its product by 5 rupees, it will be successful in getting bulk orders and gain a significant share of market share of those products. The company's profit markup is 25% of the cost of the product. The relevant information of the products are as follows. Output in units is given, cost per unit is given of direct materials, direct labor, machine hours per unit is given. The 4 products are usually produced in production runs of 20 units and sold in batches of 10 units. So each production run is of 10 units, and each batch that is sold is of 10 units, sold in batches of 10 units. The production overhead is currently absorbed by using a machine hour rate, meaning that as of now we are following a traditional cost system. Whenever the absorption is on the basis of machine hour or labor hour rate, then it is always the traditional costing system. And the total of the production overhead for the period has been analyzed as follows. Machine department cost 50 to 130, setup cost is 26 to 50, stores receiving is 18,000, inspection and quality control is 10,500, material handling and dispatch, make a correction there, it is 23,100. 23,100. The cost drivers to be used for the overhead costs are as follows. Setup cost, number of production runs, stores receiving, requisitions raised, then inspection of quality control, number of production runs, material handling and dispatch, order executed. Number of requisitions raised in the stores was 100 rupees for each product. So that is given to us. Number of requisitions, 100 for each product. Number of orders executed was 210, each order being for a batch of 10 units of a product. You are required to compute target cost for each product and total cost of each product using activity-based costing. So first we'll calculate target cost. How to calculate target cost? Estimated selling price, market price or estimated selling price minus the desired profit will give us a target cost. And then we'll calculate the total cost of each product using activity-based costing. Second, compare the target cost and the activity-based cost of each product and comment whether price reduction is profitable or not. What is this price reduction we are talking about? At the beginning, you have seen that we were discussing to reduce the selling price of the product by 5 rupees. Reduce the selling price of the products by 5 rupees. So whether that is possible or not possible, that is what they are asking. So first you will calculate the target cost, then you will go for activity-based cost, compare the two and see whether your desired profit margin that you want by reducing the selling price by 5 rupees, that is possible or not possible. Okay, that is the question. So first what we'll do is we'll prepare a statement showing the target cost. First statement is preparing a statement showing the target cost. what will you do here? You will write here statement showing target cost. First column you will show the product. Second column present price. Third column proposed price. And last column target cost. Four products, A, B, C, and D. Present price 180, 175, 130, 180. You want to reduce the selling price by 5 rupees. So proposed price will be 175, 170, 125, 175. Okay. Now to calculate target cost. Target cost is by adding 25%. Sorry. What have they said about target cost? Company's profit markup is 25% on the cost. Cost plus profit is equal to selling price. Okay, cost plus profit is equal to selling price. It is 25% markup on cost. That means when cost is 100, profit is 25. So selling price is 125. Okay. So how do we calculate? You say that proposed price is 175. So 175 into 100 upon 125. I want the cost, not target cost. So how to calculate this now? It will be 175 multiplied by
175 into 100 divided by 120.
yeah. So this will come to 140. This will come to 140. Same way, 170 into 100 upon 125. That will come to 136. Then 125 into 100 upon 125 will come to 100. So these are your figures of target cost. Okay. Now the next thing is to prepare a statement showing cost driver rates, because when we are going to switching over to ABC, remember, whenever we are solving problem of ABC, we have to first get the cost driver quantity and the cost driver rates. Without the CDR, without the cost driver rates, we cannot start solving a problem on ABC. So my next step will be preparing a statement showing the cost driver rates. So prepare a statement showing cost driver rates. Statement showing cost driver rates. First column I write activity, little big column. Second column it is amount. Third column again a little bit big column because I'll have to write the cost driver there. Then cost driver quantity, CDQ, cost driver quantity, CDR, cost driver rate. Cost driver quantity, cost driver rate. Let us go on the basis of the order in which they have given. They have started with machine department cost. So we will also start in the same order. Machine department cost. Amount is 52,130. Cost driver for this will be always machine hours. Cost driver will be the machine hours. Cost driver quantity. Cost driver quantity. How much will it be? Machine hours per unit is given as 4 hours per unit. Okay? Machine hours per unit is 4 hours per unit. So can you tell me how many machine hours will be required for machine department cost? How many machine hours? Do the working below. Four hours per unit into 600 units. Show this working distinctly because I will require this calculation in my next statement. 4 into 600 plus 3 into 500. Show the calculations individually. Plus 2 into 400. Don't do anything directly on the calc. Plus 3 into 600. So it is 2,400 hours plus 1,500 hours plus 800 hours plus 1,800 hours. 6,500 hours. $6,500. $6,500. 52,130 divided by 6,500 comes to 8.02. 8.02. Second, I will take setup cost. $26,250. Cost driver for setup cost is number of production runs. Number of production runs. Here again, number of production runs. Get the working. How will you calculate? They said 4 products are usually produced in production runs of 20 units. That means each production run is made up of 20 units. So 600 production runs divided by 20 plus 500 divided by 20 plus 400 divided by 20 plus 600 divided by 20. So that is 30 plus 25 plus 20 plus 30. 50, 80, 105.
105.
105. So 26,250 divided by 105 comes to 250 rupees cost over rate. Then stores receiving. Stores receiving 18,000. Stores receiving is on the basis of number of requisitions. Number of requisitions, that also they have given. Number of requisitions raised in the stores was 100 for each product. 100 for each product. So there are 4 products. So it will be 400. 18,000 divided by 400 is 45. Inspection or quality control 10,500. This is based on number of production runs that we have already calculated. 105. So it will be 100. Material handling and dispatching. Cost is 23,100. This is on the basis of number of orders executed. That is already given to us. Number of orders executed 210. So 23,100 divided by 210 is 110. So this is your statement showing cost drivers. Okay, this is standard statement that we normally prepare for ABC, which is the statement showing cost driver rates. The normal problem of activity-based costing will always start with this. Then the calculation or the preparation of the ABC statement. Okay, statement of cost. So now let us prepare statement showing total cost. Statement showing total cost using ABC. Statement showing total cost using ABC system. Four products A, B, C, and D. in this we start with our normal statement of cost statement, starting with direct materials. So in your problem you are given direct materials cost per unit 40 rupees for material A. So I start with the direct materials. Forty into 600 is 24,000. 50 into 500 is 25,000. 30 into 400 is 12,000. And 60 into 600 is 36,000. Second, direct labor 28 into 600, 16,800. 21 into 500, 10,500. 14 into 400 is 5,600. And 21 into 600 is 12,600. Check the figures. And now all the overhead cost. Starting with machine department cost, can take machine costs 8.02. 8.02 into, now all the hours are here, that is why I asked you to calculate individually. So 8.02 into 2,400. 8.02 into 2,400. That will give you 19,248. So like that you have to do. Cost driver rate multiplied by the individual figures that you have calculated here. Okay. So always in the examination also. Otherwise again you will have to calculate. Double calculation. So here you have already calculated. So just have to multiply. Okay. So 8.02 into 2,400. That is machine related cost. Machine cost. Multiply to all. So first one will be 19,248. Then 12,030. Then 6,416. 14,436. Check the figures. Machine costs. Then setup cost is 250. Rate is 250. And on the basis of production runs. So that is also calculated individually here. 250 into 30. 250 into 25. 250 into 20. 250 into 30. Okay. So starting with 250 into 30, 750. That is your setup cost. $7,500. 6,250. 5,000. 7,500. Next is stores receiving 45 into number of requisitions. 100 requisitions per product. So 45 into 100. So that will be 4,500 all throughout. Same it will be. Stores receiving. then inspection, or quality control. ₹100 per run. Production run, it is 3,000, 2,500, 2,000, 3,000. 3,000, 2,500, 2,000, 3,000. Material handling cost. $110 into number of orders executed. So how much will it be? In the first case, it is 600 units. 600 units in batches of 10 each. That means 60 orders are there. You followed? 600 units, and they are sold in batches of 10 units. Each batch is of 10 units. So how many batches will be there? 600 divided by 10. So it will become 60 batches. Per batch it is 110. Per order it is 110. So 60 into 110. So that will be 6,600. Same way 5,500. 4,400. 6,600. Chalo, calculate total cost. Tell me, what is the first total? 81,000. $648. Second total?
66,280.
66,280. Okay. Third total?
39,960.
39,960. Okay. Last total?
$80,136.
136 not possible. It is 6 and 4, 10, 20, 26, 636. 84,000. 636. Chalo, find out the cost per unit now. 81,648 divided by 600. 136.08. Take up to 2 decimals. Second one, 132.56. Third one, 99.79. And last one, 141.06. The target costs were 140, 136, 100, and 140. So what do we observe here? Write the target cost in the last line. What do we observe? Product A is within the target cost. Product B is also within the target cost. Product C is also within the target cost. Product D is not within the target cost. So for A, B, and C, I can reduce the selling price. For A, B, and C, I can reduce the selling price because my actual cost as per ABC is 136. It is far less than the target cost. If my actual cost is less than the target cost, that means my profit is going to be more than expected. If my actual cost is less than the target cost, then it means that profit is going to be more than expected. Okay. So initially my target selling price, if you go to see here, my proposed selling price after 5 rupees decrease, it was 175 and my target was 140. But what is my actual now? 136. Selling price is 175. So I was expecting a profit of 35. But now I can expect more. I can expect something around 39 rupees. Isn't it? So around 39 rupees I can expect as the profit. 38.92 or 39 rupees. So my actual profit is going to be more than the estimated profit if my actual cost is less than the target cost. So that is possible with product A, B, and C. But for product D, it is not possible because my actual cost is more than the target cost. Therefore, either company should reduce the cost of product D, that is control the cost of product D, or if it is not possible, then redesign the product, thereby reducing the overall cost of product D. Okay, so let us write down. They have asked us to calculate the product cost and compare and comment whether the price reduction is profitable or not profitable. So let us write down. Comment. We write comment. Write down. Comment. Actual costs of products A, B, and C. Actual costs of product A, B, and C are well below the target cost. Actual costs of A, B, and C are well below the target cost. Therefore, there is no problem. Therefore, there is no problem in reducing the selling price by 5 rupees. In reducing the selling price by rupees 5. Full stop. It will help in increasing the profit. It will help in increasing the profit of the company. It will help in increasing the profit of the company. Next line, right? However, in case of product D, however, In case of product D, the actual cost is slightly more than the target cost. The actual cost is slightly more than the target cost. Therefore, the company should control and reduce the cost of product D. The company should control and reduce the cost of product D. Or redesign the product. Or redesign the product. Okay. So with that, we'll stop here for today. We'll continue tomorrow, 6:30. And tomorrow, most probably, we'll finish this ABC, that is activity-based costing. I think 4 problems are there, plus number 7, 8, 9, and 10. So we'll complete that by tomorrow. And we'll go to chapter number 6 on Monday. Fine.